Welcome to INCITE with Tendai Marowa on yexpressnews. It's all about lifestyle and fashion. It's also a platform about changing the narrative and sharing about authentic experiences. Today, I would like to introduce you Kia Zwadi, who is the YFM host, actress, musician, and songwriter. She was nominated as the award-winning presenter twice, and also she has a show on YFM called #Into the Night. And then also she's got a single called Chill, which we're going to discuss about. But wait a minute. She has a movie on Showmax, No Hiding Here, which is very mysterious. So if I had to describe this woman in one word, would be spontaneous. Today, I would like you guys to welcome Kia.
You know what? Why limit yourself to one thing? Firstly, why limit yourself? I think that if you're talented in many areas, then we should explore that. You know, which is actually contrary to the popular belief of what a lot of people outside of the industry feel when they look at people in the industry. They're almost like, hey, but why is she sitting on so many chairs? Why is she doing so much? And but why not? You know?
Do you believe in that statement where they say stick to one thing and excel at it and then move on to the next? Or you believe in trying to figure out where exactly you fit in and just try everything?
I actually believe in the statement that says the more you do, the more you get done. So if you feel like your approach is to stick to something and one thing and excel and get right, then definitely do it. You know, become a master in that. But I believe that I can become a master at more than just one thing. Yes, okay, maybe there's a specific thing that I have to look at and pay attention to and take time, but I don't have to now limit that and say my life is just about this one thing. You know, you can have your hands in many pots. It's possible. I'm the living proof.
I was about to say you're the living proof.
So you can do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, let's dive into it. I would like our audience to know, who is Kia in a nutshell? In a nutshell, like, tell us a bit about yourself. What makes you tick?
Dude. If we had to put Kia in a nutshell, I think Kia is someone who believes wholeheartedly. What she believes in, that's up to her and that's up to that morning. If I wake up this morning and I say, today I want to learn how to fly a plane, I believe it and I'm going to do it and I get that done. So Kia is someone who believes, Kia is someone who loves, who loves. Sure, I mean, loving can branch into many different areas, you know, whether that's loving my craft, loving my family, my friends, loving what I do. Whatever I do, I make sure that I really love it. You won't find me really diving into something if I'm not passionate about it. I don't do that. So if you see me somewhere, if you see me all of a sudden I don't know, working at the drive-thru at McDonald's, know that I love it and that's why I'm there. Really, that's it.
Compassion.
Yeah.
So going into your upbringing, because some people don't know that when you did a bit of corporate before you diversified into this industry.
Yeah, right.
And I want us to go back to your childhood. Like, when did you know that, you know what, this is me. I want to get into the entertainment industry. Sure. This is actually what I want to do and I'll never regret it when I started.
I think there were definitely a lot of focal points. And I'll mention one small example. We had this family friend. I actually haven't seen her in so long. Yeah. And I'm not really sure if I even remember her name because I remember her from when I was a pikinini. I was so tiny. But I remember her. She was my dad's colleague. Yeah. And I think I was celebrating maybe my fourth birthday. And for my birthday, she bought me a toy mic. I remember it was like a yellow mic. And then
I know that yellow mic.
Do you know that yellow mic? Because there's that one yellow mic.
Yes, that yellow mic.
I'm telling you.
You got that for your present.
She bought me that yellow mic, maybe my fourth birthday. She bought me that yellow mic. And I remember not even realizing that the people around me acknowledged that I sing, because I mean, you just sing here and there, you don't really think about it, you're young, and she bought me that mic. And I remember feeling so, wow, she acknowledges that she sees that I love singing. And that's when I thought, wait, but I do love singing. Actually, yes, it's good that she bought me this mic, And then maybe a few birthdays later, then my dad had bought me like a SingStar. So SingStar, you put it in your PlayStation. So it's that DVD that comes with the mics, and you challenge your friends and you're singing to your favorite songs. And even that birthday present was almost like a confirmation of, okay, but they see that this is something that I want to do. So it's just those small validations that almost directed my thoughts, and it almost made me feel like, okay, but this is actually what I want to do, whether I maybe acknowledge it or not, the people around me do see it. So it's just those small moments, I think, where I realize, okay, no, I definitely have to be in the arts. I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't know what's going to happen, but eventually I know I'll find myself there.
Then when you grew up, after high school, what did you do? You went into corporate.
Yeah.
Why did you go into corporate and not pursue entertainment industry straight away? What was the reason?
Sure. That's such a very deep question, and I don't know if I've actually thought about it. I think when I went to go and study, I'd spoken, to my parents and asked for advice. Hey, what do you think I should do? And for them, when I had suggested going to varsities or tertiary institutions that were more creative, I don't know, they just give me this look like, I don't know. And I was like, okay, let me take a gap year. I don't know. And I was just like, okay, let me see then, what could I study? Because also, I'll tell you, I was, and still am, I believe, I was very smart. So I was that A student. So I was acing. I'm telling you.
Hey,
I'm telling you.
Yes.
I was the head girl of my school.
Okay.
So
I'm speaking to a head girl, bro.
I feel like it was my past life, but yes.
Okay.
That was me. That was me. So I feel like when you get groomed in that way, you almost think, no, man, but surely I should, be a lawyer, and, surely I should do these things. I think it's almost like a conditioning that happens, especially as Black people, which we can also unpack as well. Whereas, being in a creative space, is that really a real job? Like, is that real? So I just get those questions maybe from certain family members, and, I don't think they were trying to persuade me or discourage me, but I was definitely a people pleaser growing up as well. So I was like, okay, but maybe they have a point. I mean, come on, I'm now the head girl of my school. I'm so smart. I'm so this and that.
Let me do this.
Let me go into corporate, So I went in and I studied something which people say was very hard, but it wasn't that hard for me, economics. I went in there, I did that BCom, graduated cum laude. I was like, I was surely,
Economics, it's hard, hey? Economics, I'm studying economics, thank you. It is cracking my head, but that's another day. Conversation for another day.
It's another conversation for another day, really. And I think that's really by God's grace, because it didn't feel like I was sweating. So I was like, okay, but surely, my brains are maybe meant for something like this. So I just went in and said, okay, great. As soon as varsity was done, got a job instantly to work as a financial advisor. And I said, okay, great, let's do it.
Financial advisor,
Yeah.
guys. Financial advisor.
Yeah.
Guys.
That was it. Yeah. And then out of nowhere, I thought to myself, okay, but people always say they like my voice. I thought, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, I sing. But I remember I had a specific friend in varsity, and we did choir together as well. And she just said to me, dude, you should maybe try radio. And this is in my final year of varsity.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I guess, let's see.
Let's see.
Let's see. It was really let's see. And then one random day, I asked her, no, man, but when do the radio applications open? And she's like, no, babe, they're closed today. I'm like, they're closed today? I'm like, no, let me go, let me run quickly. Let me go in, and sort it out. And I got into that office, that it was Book FM. So it was the
Yes.
campus radio in Botch at
Yes.
Northwest University. And I walked in and I'm like, hi, I wanna be a radio presenter. What do I do? And the first thing she said to me, she said, you have a beautiful voice. We're gonna need your CV, this, that, this, that, this, that. Send it to me by 5. I'm like, okay. And I ran around and sorted it out. And I sent it through. And then all of a sudden I did campus radio for 1 year. Then found myself at YFM right after that.
There you go. So, in other words, it's never too late. I think, some people, like what you're saying, when you're young, you know what you want to do, but then as you grow older into your young adult life, it gets a bit confusing because now your surroundings, you get advice, and people are a bit finicky about this whole creative industry, how you're going to financially sustain yourself, and boom, you then decide, you know what, let me do it. And I also come from that experience as well, where I come from a diplomatic, educated family. And getting into that, it was also like, a risk taker. It was a chance to actually say, I'm going to get into the creative industry. And for me, tapping into that before we go anywhere else, what advice would you have given your younger self if you had to look back?
I think I would have told her that everything will happen the way that it's supposed to happen, but also in the same breath, don't just sit back. Almost take that step and trust that, no, but it will eventually lead me there. Because, especially, as millennials and Gen Z, people kind of believe that, no, but it will fall on my lap or eventually it'll work out. No, it doesn't fall on your lap. You have to work. But while you are working, don't get discouraged when you see the bumps, when you see the mountains, and when you get those comments from family members or whoever, and they just say, dude, I don't know if this is for you. If your gut is really telling you that it's for you and you really believe it, then that's all you need. Just that yes from yourself. That yes right here, that's it. That's it. Then just run. Like there were so many times where, especially when I was leaving corporate to go to Y, because after I had done campus radio, then YFM had called me and said, okay, great, let's start interning and see where we can fit you in, if we fit you in. I said, okay, great. So while I was doing that, I was doing corporate. So I did corporate.
So I was in between both.
Yeah, I was in between. So during the week, I was there in my suit, in my skirt, in my heels. And in the weekend, I was in Johannesburg at YFM.
In your sneakers.
In my sneakers. Listen, I'm wearing, my beanies.
Yes.
Because I'm trying to live the dream, And even the driving back and forth, my mom was just like, is it a good idea? Are you sure? And my family was like, yo, dude, this is quite hectic. Aren't you tired? You don't rest. And I was just like, just trust me. Just trust me. In fact, it wasn't even more of like a just trust me. It was more of a, I'm running. Like, yeah, don't worry. I got it. Yeah. Because I'm running. I'm like, they'll just see. They'll just see, And then when YFM said, okay, cool, we want to give you this show. I said, okay, great. I'm leaving corporate. They're like, are you sure? Is this really? And I'm like, yeah. I'm already running. I'm going. Because they'll just see, Yeah. And eventually they saw. And they're like, okay, we get it now. So now when they listen to my show, when I tell them, oh no, I'm doing my show now, they'll listen, And for me, I could even cry. It's the most beautiful thing, to have your family finally get it, So another thing I'd say is that eventually they will get it. They will get it. So just keep going. Keep going. They'll get it. Yeah.
I feel the emotion. Hold my hand. I feel the emotion. So, into that, the challenges. Yeah. Give me your top 3 or 5 challenges that still resonate with you, that have groomed you to be who you are today.
I think
challenges are our greatest lessons. Eh?
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah. Sure. I think one of the challenges is definitely disbelief. When people start to project their beliefs on you and they're like, listen, it didn't work for Mang Mang. So are you sure it's going to work out for you? And listen, Mang Mang did this and Mang Mang fell into drugs and Mang Mang, are you sure? So that's definitely one of the challenges, but you just have to constantly keep a level head and say no, but the bumps are a part of it, the hurdles are a part of it, but the finish line is there. I can see the finish line. Don't worry, I got it. You know, so it's definitely the disbelief. You have to jump over that. And another one is friends. Oh my word. This one, this one can be the whole episode.
Friends.
This can be the whole episode, really.
Yeah,
really.
You and I, when we first met,
yes,
that was our first discussion.
Yes.
At church when we were talking about
yes,
friends.
Yeah.
When you're in that industry.
Yeah. Listen, find
Protect yourself.
Listen, find you some real ones, which maybe you won't find them right away, and that's fine. Sometimes you find them right away, and that's great. But find the real ones, and once you really identify, but this person is a real friend, latch onto that person, and that's it. Because some friends you make along the way, man, they're just using you as a stepping stone, or they're just trying to get super close to you, just so that they can figure out enough information to use for your detriment. It happens. It's happened to me. It's definitely happened. Yeah. So, friends, watch your friends, please. Watch your friends and make sure that they're real ones.
Yeah.
And then I think the last challenge would maybe be, I think knowing yourself as well, because I think that when you really know yourself, you won't fall into things that are going to be to your demise, you know. So for example, drug abuse.
Yeah.
For example, what else? I can't think of one, but because drugs is a big thing, right?
Yeah, especially with your industry.
100%.
Substance to numb yourself, to keep you going.
Yeah. It's a thing.
Yeah, hours, you know, you have to keep on the high.
Yeah.
To just, you know.
Yeah.
And it gets addictive.
It really does. It really does. And I think that I don't pass judgment to anyone who feels like they really need that to cope. It's just, for me, I've just seen a lot of people suffer. I've seen people on the other side who are not doing okay because of the substance abuse. So I just made that choice that I'd rather stick to the things I know, and you know, we just kind of move it from there. So definitely know yourself, so that you know what is it that I can use to benefit me and what is going to be to my demise. That's it. Just know, really, really know. That's it.
And how do you keep yourself focused? How do you keep yourself with this, you know, insanity, like guarded with your spirit? Because I feel like that's important. Because there's so much competition. There's the it girls now. And I believe that you don't define yourself as a A-list it girl. Because people don't know, being that girl, there's a lot of compromising. I'm unleashing the secrets. And for you, you decided, you know what, I'm going to focus on my lane. Why is that?
Sure. I think about my family a lot. I think about my sister, my brother, my mom, my dad. I think about my cousins who, at my time of need, they will rush to where I am because they're the family that I have here in Gauteng. I think about my aunt. I just see how they look at me, and not that they depend on me, but they trust me. They trust me. You know, now if I tell them, hey, I'm going to a commercial, or hey, I'm doing this, I'm traveling here, I'm doing whatever, they trust me. They say, okay, cool, go for it. You know? And I remember that, and I'm like, that these people trust me. Eh? So I don't want to let them down. I don't want to, you know. So I think that really helps me keep a level head, is remembering the people who are behind me that trust me, but also looking at the future me, looking at the 40-year-old gear, the 50-year-old gear, and seeing that. It's almost like you see two versions of yourself. Like you see the one where you followed and you pursued every single thing that you wanted to do. You see the other side where you compromise and said, you know what, okay, it's fine. Let me just go for the plan B. Let me do that. And it's just like, who do you want to be? And this skier, the one who made it, is looking at me and I'm depending on you right now to make the right decisions, man. Move the way that you're supposed to move.
Yeah.
So I look at that as well, and I see the future me, and I'm like, I don't want to let that person down as well. Yeah.
That's important. That's very important. I liked last year you started a movement on empowering female DJs.
Yeah.
You opened a platform, a show called The Mix Capital. Why did you decide that, you know what, yes, I'm doing my own show, but let me pick in a diversity of women that I can bring in on the show, and also aspiring DJs that I can say, you're on the set, show us your talent and your skill. That is very important.
I think even as being a DJ, it's a very male-dominated industry. The men run the show, and they do it well, you know. But there are females who are brilliant, if not better, than some of the males that we see who are at the forefront. And I thought to myself, well, why not highlight these females? Why not give them a platform? Because, I mean, let's be honest, even as a female as well, sometimes even entering a space, if you're trying to break into a certain industry or trying to get a certain role, there's a lot that even goes on behind the scenes from directors who shouldn't be doing what they're doing, you know what I mean? And you know, they take advantage, and this is not every single director, it really isn't. In fact, it's maybe not even half. It's a small portion, but there's those gatekeepers who are like, if you want this role, this is what you need to do. And I thought, how about we create a platform where all you have to do is just be. Just be. And you can come and play on the show. You can be a guest DJ and show the rest of Gauteng, the rest of SA, the rest of the world, because you can listen to YFM in the entire world, you know. Show them what you got, you know, without having to feel like you have to beg or you have to strive. Like, no, you just be. The fact that you're a female, that's enough. Come onto the show. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, and you need to bring it back, because I believe it was a success last year, and you know, the fact that you bringing this movement of women saying, come in, be yourself, I think that's very important, in creating a space, a safe space for them. You know,
no, it is still there. So the show is still there, and then now there's a different host.
Oh, it's still there.
Yeah,
Oh,
so now there's a different host, and then I moved on.
Oh, so now you've moved on. You gave someone to take in
100%.
You go, girl. You go, girl. So, guys, it's still on. When is it that people still need to
Saturday nights.
Saturday nights. So it's still the same time. Then the new movie.
Yes.
Tell us about your new movie. How did that go about?
That movie. The movie is 2 months old now.
Yes.
So it was released end of Feb.
Yeah.
In the campaign, or Mnet's campaign for the month of love. So they wanted to release it in Feb as well, so, you know, people could get into cuddles and whatnot. You know how it is. And I was alone during that time. I was very single. But anyway, the movie was honestly one of the best experiences. It's a rom-com, a queer rom-com, a first for SA.
Yes.
And there should be many more, man. It's a movie that doesn't even highlight, because you know how a lot of movies are, I think these days, especially now, if it comes to South African movies, if there is a queer element in it, it's more of like, okay, someone's coming out, or, you know, and it's that whole story of how is the family going to react, whereas this one, it's literally just a rom-com. It's a rom-com. They just happen to be queer. That's what it is.
Wow.
That's what it is. A beautiful love story. I fell in love with every single person
With
who
the script as
listened. I fell in love with the script, every single person who I shot with, the crew as well. And what I loved, especially about just the production in general, is that they made sure that even the crew were also people who were represented by the queer community. So the crew, the cast, everybody who played queer as a character, they're queer in real life as well. So it wasn't a matter of, okay, act like you're gay, act like you're lesbian. No, that's who you are. So I think that was also a really beautiful touch that they added to that film and just brought that authenticity. I mean, there's nothing like it.
I love it. So guys, watch it on Showmax.
Yes.
No hiding there.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Hiding here.
No hiding here.
Yes.
So yeah, that was because you have been featured in series, but then it took you on another element where it was like, you know what, this is what it is. Let me take this role. I'm gonna gun it, and there you go. You know,
100%.
taking the opportunities, like you're saying, you're a risk taker.
Yeah.
So wrapping it up, your new single, the hit single Chill. You were mostly well known for amapiano, house music. Then you decided, you know what, I'm going to do R&B.
Yes.
What made you decide to get into the R&B
So
music?
I think if you actually listen to a lot of my amapiano songs, if you take away the instrumental and just listen to the vocals, maybe add a young piano in there, it's R&B. So I've always had an R&B element to me, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? It was just a matter of, okay, but how do you mold it? Because what's beautiful about a really well-written R&B song is that you can take away the instrumental and put it on any other beat, and it can still work. You know, that's what a lot of the sampling comes from. When people sample songs, you know, DJ Khaled is doing it a lot, Asher. When you sample a song, I mean, AK also recently sampled that Fast Car as well. What's really good about an amazing R&B song or even a soulful song is you can sample it and make it whatever you want. And that's what I wanted my vocals to be. Yes, I'm an R&B artist. I am an R&B artist to begin with, but that doesn't limit me to just R&B. And I think that's why even when I started off, I'm like, nah, let me not even start off doing R&B. Let me start off with house. Let me start off with amapiano, because you can put really good R&B vocals even on that. So my style of singing has always been R&B. And then I thought to myself, you know what? This is now my solo single. This is my first single, just me alone, Kia Zawadi.
Yes.
I was like, well, let me do what my heart wants to do, because when I'm at home, all I listen to is R&B. That is it. When I'm in my car, all I listen to is R&B. So I thought, let me just take a chance and do the song. And I don't want to lie, it's going very, very well.
It is.
Listen.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. The music video as well. We just had the launch, which went extremely well.
I didn't get the invite. I don't know what
I did. What do you mean?
I didn't get it.
Are you serious?
You said you were, and then it never came. Now you owe
I need to chat to my PR. Yes. I need to chat to my
It's okay.
PR. No,
The
it's
support
okay.
is there, but
Yes.
I've been seeing that it's been a success.
Yes.
Yes,
It went
and
so well as
congratulations.
well. Thank you so much. So the music video, you can look out for it on your TV screens
Yes.
very, very soon. I'll be sharing that on my socials as well. I can't say anything right now, but I'll be sharing it on my socials as well to say, okay, cool, catch the video here, catch the video here. So it's happening. It's happening. It's a dream.
It's a dream come true, and it's a starting point to where you want to go. You know. And are there new projects that we should be looking out for that you want to share?
So I can share that I recently. Oh, can I say this?
Yes. I mean, can I be the first to know the information? I mean,
Listen.
hello.
You're getting an exclusive.
Yes, exclusive. That's what it is.
You're getting an exclusive.
Bring it.
So, I recently worked on a song with a Cape Town artist, amazing rapper, Sipho the Gift.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. So,
Nice.
we're going to release that quite soon. Besides that, I've done, I don't know if I should be saying this.
Ding, 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 ding.
I've been songwriting as well.
Yes,
For
that's
different
exclusive.
artists, but the songwriting, unfortunately, I mean, it's NDAs and whatnot, so you can't really say who you are writing for. Even the birds want to know.
Yeah, you see, we all want to know what's
You
fresh,
all want to
what's
know. No, but I've been songwriting as well. And then besides that, many other producers who have been sending me a couple of instrumentals. So
Nice.
we're in and out of the studio now.
Okay.
Now it's really the building process. So in and out of the studio,
Yes.
and then we'll see what comes up. But I think a project a body of work from myself could be coming out, I think, early next year. I'd like to think so.
So guys,
Yeah.
keep following her.
Yes.
And yeah,
Yes.
keep an eye,
Yeah.
you know.
No, you have to. You have to check out the socials. That's where you'll find everything. Gia_Zawadi. You'll find it all.
Yeah, I will be, you know me, I stalk you. So, you know.
Stalk you too.
But you know what? Thank you so much for your time, for coming through, you know. It's been a minute since we
Yes.
last saw each other.
Yes.
But you know what? I am so proud of your achievements. You know, you've come far, you know, and now you're pushing for more into the music industry, and all the best. And the fact that you're still keeping yourself guarded and focused, that is good. That is good, and keep that.
Yeah.
Keep that going.
Yeah.
But what we do, every guest gets a gift. So I've got a gift for you.
This is for me.
For you, madam.
Do I open it now or later?
You open it at home.
Okay.
Then you can call me
With gifts.
and tell me this is the 411, this is how I feel. Or actually, I don't like it Tendai, then it's fine. Like, okay, sorry.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, but thank you so much for coming through, and I'll be rooting for you and watching you. I don't know if there's something that you'd like to share before we leave to the audience.
I think I could, yes. So make sure to listen to my show on YFM. It's called Into the Night with Gia Zawadi, of course, every single Sunday and every single Monday night from 10 p.m. up until 12. So make sure to check that out. It's a really beautiful, relaxed show that kind of eases you into the brand new day. And I mean, it's a pleasure, you know, me being there with the listener during that time. Because I mean, you're just so tired, you're exhausted from the day. You just need encouragement. You need some good music, great conversation, and just that good, feel-good energy. And that's exactly what that show is. So make sure to check that out. And then otherwise, keep up on the socials to see exactly when you can catch the Chill music video starring Ayanda Makai. It is an amazing video, shot so beautifully as well. Honestly, South Africa I was going to badmouth, let me not badmouth, right? But I'm just going to say that a lot of music videos in SA right now, there's not a lot of depth, content.
Yeah.
You know, there's not really a script. It's just a matter of, hey, just get up in front of the, you know, the car, dance and sing. But this is a story, and it's beautiful. It's a love story. So definitely, you can check out my socials to see when that will be showing up. And then yeah, the movie's still on Showmax. Check it out. No hiding here. My first lead role, one of many more. And then I just came back from an audition just before I came here, and I think it went really well. So that could be really cool. Got an ad coming out soon, and many, many more in terms of music as well. So.
And a toast to more, my honey.
Yes.
Yeah, but guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and stay tuned for next week where we'll have another guest, but I'm not going to tell you who it is. This is for you guys to actually come. Who am I interviewing? But otherwise, thank you so much and have a lovely afternoon. Ciao.